Here we go, Joey. So Tua was on the show earlier today, and there's a lot of speculation. Daniel Jeremiah's got a new mock draft out today, and he's got Tua going to the Chargers. I do think there's, listen, he's not going to fall below 10, and he's super talented. He's Drew Brees accurate, but there are places that I think he's a terrible fit, and here we go, Joey.
All right, Professor Colin, what grade would you give the Bengals as a landing spot?
I think this is a terrible landing spot, D-. Unproven head coach. That division is the best defensive front division easily in football. Ravens have upgraded. Steelers are young and excellent. Cleveland Browns, Myles Garrett comes back. They have an excellent defensive line. He's going to be asked to carry what last year was the 30th rated offensive line in football. Now, their top draft pick comes back, so it should be better than that. But I think they'll be overwhelmed. They'd need him to start day one. D-. This doesn't work for me.
What grade would you give the Redskins as a landing spot for Tua?
I would give it a C+. First of all, you got a veteran head coach. Ron Rivera can coach. And they added some defensive pieces. Thomas Davis, the linebacker. Ronald Darby, the corner. Kendall Fuller. So what does that tell you? He's not going to have to win shootouts. Actually, with or without drafting Chase Young, the Redskins' defensive front is really good. And they've added 2 starting corners and a linebacker. So he wouldn't be asked if the Redskins got him. In fact, they may start, he and Dwayne Haskins, there's no immediacy that he would have to start. So I think it works pretty well, but C+ being basically, it is still a rebuilding team.
All right, Professor Colin, what grade for the Lions as a spot for Tua?
D, slightly better than Bengals. Matt Patricia, this is his last year there. I don't think it's going to work. He's 9-22. I think Minnesota and Green Bay are better teams that have a combined over 20 draft picks. They're only going to be better in Green Bay and Minnesota. I think Chicago, Nick Foles is going to win the starting job. They're going to be better. So he's going to a bad team. He's going to have a new coach if he went to Detroit by his second year. And they lost Darius Slay in a defense that wasn't very good, their best corner.
How about my Dolphins as a landing spot for Tua?
B to a B-. It's a rebuilding team. It is. I think the Jets and the Patriots have really good defenses, and so do the Bills. If C.J. Mosley is back, the Jets' defense was good at the end of last year. It's going to be really good. Plus, they're going to draft a corner with probably their second or third pick, a starting corner. So it's a very good defensive division. They have added pieces, but Brian Flores, a defensive coach, Joey, has mostly added defensive pieces. Kyle Van Noy, Byron Jones, Shaq Lawson. So it is still very much a work in progress on the offensive line, at running back, at tight end. He wouldn't maybe have to start day one with Ryan Fitzpatrick, but I would like to see him go to a team that's more formidable, capable, with more veteran players willing to elevate him.
Well, how about the Chargers then? What grade do they get?
A+. Nobody could deny this. They are ready to win. Their problems were guard. They acquired Pro Bowler Trey Turner. Left tackle, they got Brian Bulaga from the Packers. And, they have 7 draft picks. There's not 7 guys that can certainly start. I'm not sure there's 7 guys out of the draft right now with their picks that can make the roster. Also, Tyrod Taylor has a perfect personality. Smart, mentor, veteran. They're going to win games with Tyrod Taylor. There's no doubt in the world. If he just doesn't throw picks, if he throws 8 picks and not 21 like Phillip, they're going to win a bunch of games. So I think this is perfect. Comes in, either sits for 8 games with a year, and then takes over for a general manager and a personnel department that drafts and acquires really good players.
Finally, the New England Patriots. What grade do they get?
I don't think it's as good as people think. If he did drop B-. A lot of pressure. Dante Scarnecchia is in his 70s. He's not going to get the offensive lines Tom Brady got. Again, I think the division is better defensively. Brian Flores is going to have a better defense. C.J. Mosley back. Jets defense is better. Bills defense, to me, was first or second best in the league last year. Also, they don't have any weapons. They just don't. They just don't have enough weapons. And so if you go from Alabama's weapons to arguably the second or third worst weapons in the NFL, that's a big jump. So I think there's a lot of bad spots. I think the Chargers are perfect. And by the way, Daniel Jeremiah's mock draft, I respect him, and he knows his stuff. He has Tua going 6 to the Chargers. That would be, do you know how happy I'd be?
You think he lasts till 6?
Well, Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, Burrow won, Chase Young, Redskins, Jeff Okudah, Lions. They need a corner. He's got Tristan Wirfs, very good offensive tackle, going to the Giants. I would go Isaiah Simmons, but, they can't stop anybody. So then he's got Justin Herbert going to Miami. Maybe they don't want to take a risk. I like Justin Herbert. Then he's got Tua going 6 to the Chargers.
So no trades.
Listen, if you're Miami and Brian Flores, you may just say to yourself, Herbert's got some issues, but I don't have a health issue. He's a bigger, stronger kid. So Miami is going to double their win total. Just get used to it. If it's Tua, if it's Ryan, if it's Herbert, Miami's really an interesting team. I really like where Miami's going.
They made a lot of really aggressive moves this offseason.
And they very Belichickian. They went and solved their corner issue. That's so Belichick. They'll pay the corner, and they got a bunch of draft picks, and they're going to watch them rebuild the O-line and draft a lot of defensive players. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.